Well, we hate to leave Cheyenne, Wyoming, but we got to make a quick overnight stay at North Platte, Nebraska. Then we're going to stop off at Jetmore, Kansas, and then on to Dodge City. Sit back and enjoy. And good morning. Where we at?
In Kansas.
No, we're not in Kansas yet.
Where we at? Plant.
We're in North Platte, Nebraska. See, this morning I got to get her. Usually she has to tell me where I'm at. I had to tell her where she's at this morning.
Oh, no, I'm still asleep.
And she's fussing because she had to get up early again.
At 5.
And she's on, look how big that jackrabbit is. They were big old rabbits.
Rolling down the road, got my sights set high. From Tennessee skies to the mountains wide in my Roadtrek Zion, chasing the sun. Rudolph's RV in USA, living the dream, enjoying the day.
They got plenty.
No
of
wonder
food.
Vestas had to, he always shot rabbits. They got plenty to eat, all right. What was bad, we had to come in on a road back through here that was in dire need of grading.
And there's a gnat in here that's about to drive me insane.
And Melissa's about to go crazy over a gnat.
I don't like them. They get at me. I can't figure out if that's a gnat or a mosquito.
And I'm not going very fast because I don't want to jar my camper all to pieces. But that's what happens when you get out here in the West like this. You're usually on dirt roads. What they are, they're not really dirt roads. They're church roads. They just call them dirt roads, but they've got rock in them. It's just...
Well, the only reason you're on this road is because the front entrance to the park is under construction because they're putting another gas station in and they've made a mess down there for right now.
But they got a...
It's a nice campground.
The campground was real nice. And what was the name of it? Do you remember?
It's the I-80 Lakeside Campground and Storage.
It's off of exit 179, right off of next to I-80.
Real nice. Got a big old lake. We actually had lake view. We actually parked right in front of the lake.
And the lady told us that you can go fishing and catch and release, and they look like
you can swim.
I'd say they had some big fish in there just from the way the lake looked. I'm pretty sure they did. I didn't bring my fishing pole this time. Maybe when we get out and go a few other places we can do that, but right now I just didn't do it. Right now I'm just trying to keep this thing in the road. See if I find a place that don't have a lot of...
We got a little rain last night.
They was calling for 2-inch hail is what they said.
No,
we just got rain. We didn't get the hail.
Come on, baby, take a leap of faith. That's worth the wait. Darling, you've been on my mind. Gonna love you to the end of time. And I know you're the one. Our story's just begun. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love I'll never be alone.
What does it say?
This is Big Springs. The history of Big Springs, northeast of here, has been closely associated with the Union Pacific Railroad since 1867, when a station was established at that point. A nearby spring from which the station derived its name provided an abundant water supply for the railroad steam locomotives. On the night of September the 18th, 1877, Nebraska's most famous train robbery occurred at Big Springs. After capturing the station agent and destroying the telegraph, Sound Bass, and 5 companions stopped the Union Pacific Express train and escaped with a reported $60,000 in gold and currency. No permanent settlement occurred at Big Springs until 1883, and the town site was platted by the Union Pacific Railroad the following year. One of the first structures in the community was the Phelps Hotel, opened in 1885 by Edwin Phelps. Little change since the construction of the hotel has been listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. Despite droughts and severe winters, settlements of the area continued in the 1800s and 1900s. And on May 15, 1917, the village of Big Springs was incorporated by the Act of the Dual County Commissions.
I'm never gonna let you go. Come on, baby, what you waiting for? You and me could be so much more. There's something I've been dying to say. Honey, let's take a leap.
The road to Santa Fe.
And I know you're the one. Our story's just begun. I'm never gonna let you go.
You in Dodge City.
See if what we're doing is stupid or smart. So Melissa decided we're going to walk up to Dodge City. We're staying at the KOA behind the town, and we're going to see what happens, if we can make it or not.
You needed steps.
You said we needed to go walk.
You ain't walked in 2 days.
I have walked in 2 days. I just haven't
Not
walked
much.
as much as we normally do, because normally we are walking about 10,000 steps a day.
The last 2 days we've done lucky to get 1,500 because we've been riding.
And if you're staying at the KOA in Dodge City, the water park is right over there, and it's nice. But we're hoping to get to see a lot of stuff because we haven't been out and eat in,
3 days.
Melissa's wanting some Kansas City ribs. I knew that's what she was
Johnny
wanting.
wanting a tomahawk steak.
I had never had one.
You'll be having leftovers. Here lately, we just need to get one meal and split it.
But we have decided now that we're going to stay 2 days in Dodge City instead of 1, because I think we're going to have enough time. And if we don't get to see everything,
Wednesday we'll be in Wamega,
right?
and then we're headed back home. Well, and depending on how much stuff there is in Wamega, we know we're going through the Wizard of Oz Museum and stuff, but so if we leave it normal, we'll be in Wamega by 9. So depending on how much stuff there is to do, we may decide to go ahead and leave and get a campsite somewhere on the way home. We've not had any problems getting campgrounds on the day of or the day before.
No. We only had one place that was booked up,
Yeah,
and that was in North Platte.
Yeah.
So we did good there. So we'll see y'all when we get uptown.
Well, howdy, folks, and welcome to Dodge City, Kansas, cowboy capital of the world. During this tour, you'll learn about the evolution of Dodge City from a dusty trail town to a bustling cattle and agricultural capital. You'll hear about the people and places that helped create and tame what some had called the wickedest little city in the West. We are now at the base of Boot Hill, which stood boldly over the new little town and was a convenient spot for burials. George Hoover recalled the first burial on Boot Hill. in September of 1872. Drive from Texas to Kansas became known as going of the trail.
Well, today's the first day we got a new route. The other driver is freaking out about it because you know how he doesn't like change. It's not bad. This is my third time doing it. But usually we go down there by the Longhorn. But as you can see, the parking lot's blocked up. They're redoing the parking lots over there. But they just got this done, so this is all brand new. So there you go. But that there's a Longhorn. Now this was a lot of cattle drives coming up to Dodge City. So now there's two trails going through Dodge City. Do you know about the two trails? The Santa Fe Trail's one of them.
Yeah.
Now that was 50 years before Dodge City was established. It's just right over there where the street light is, so going east and west. That's called Trail Street. So you had the stagecoaches coming along. Then north and south, you had the Western Trail from Texas, which was the Cowboy Trail, the Wild West. So you had two trails intersected. So that's what got the town started. So as the Cowboys came to town, what did they do? Party, right? Now my theories are they went to Salinas because there was no distractions. No cell phones back then, no Facebook, so how did they... You know, when you see a movie or TV show, what do they do when they go to a bar? They're looking for somebody, right? Well, if they had their phones, right? But yeah, as you know, Sam from Gunsmoke, he was always there. So yeah, this is why a lot of cowboys gave rights to the Cowboys to Dodge City, and all the other people. So there you go. Now, if you wanted, you could walk down there later and see it. Just go check out the Longhorn down there. So. That was the first thing I noticed when I came to town. The stagecoach barrel. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty much downtown Dodge City, 2nd Street. Now, if you go that way, you go into the city. Or go into the town, I guess.
So this all is just the old part.
Yeah, this is where it all started. Now, Dodge City is a lot bigger than you think, about 30,000 people. Yes, I believe this is a building that gets overlooked. I would go visit this building. If you like old architecture, take some pictures in there. This is an old hotel. Back in the 80s, during the government center. Offices were all redone, but the lobby still looks like the 1920s. Beautiful building.
Once known as the $1 Million Block because of the large number of construction dollars spent here in the 1920s, the structure reflects the wealthy agricultural economic times. We are now climbing Gospel Hill, the site of several early-day churches. Gospel Hill boasts a commanding view of the sinful Front Street straight south from it. Greatest obstacle to organizing services in Dodge City was indifference. In 1874, religious people in Dodge City numbered 13 in all, and they organized a non-denominational church, Union Church, and built a small wooden building for the congregation once located where the Dodge City Police Department now stands.
If you get a chance to your left here, there's this red building, the post office. You can visit that. It's very beautiful inside.
The Home of Stone is one of the oldest homes in Dodge City. The first owner, John Muir, a bootmaker and rancher, hired a German stonemason to build the house in 1881. Constructed of native limestone, cut and quarried 12 miles north of Dodge City, the stones are 2 feet thick and set with limestone mortar. Each time Muir shipped cattle east by railroad, the rail cars returned with Victorian furniture for his house. However, Muir's residence in Dodge City was short-lived. In 1885, fire on Front Street destroyed his boot shop, and the following winter's blizzard devastated Muir's livestock herd. So he sold out and moved to St. Louis in 1886. Only 2 families ever lived in the house. The Hinkle House, built by George Hinkle in 1880, is located on the northwest corner of this intersection. Mr. Hinkle was elected sheriff of Fort County in 1879, defeating the incumbent Pat Masterson. Next on our tour is the Santa Fe Depot and Depot Theater Company. We also want to draw your attention to the Wyatt Earp statue across the street. The railroad business boomed immediately after the tracks reached Dodge City in 1872. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Passenger Depot, built in 1897, was once considered one of the finest depots on the line. In addition to Santa Fe Railroad Division offices, it housed an upscale Harvey House restaurant and hotel. The Harvey House chain of restaurants served meals on china and required gentlemen customers to wear coats. Harvey houses dotted the rail sides at 125-mile intervals along the Santa Fe Railroad, from Kansas to California, because at each interval steam engines were serviced. The restaurant eventually closed with the advent of railroad dining cars. If you look to your right, you can see 2 huge sundials. The one on the right is for Mountain Time Zone. The one on the left is for Central Time Zone. A tiny city within a city was called the Mexican Village, located just south of the tracks and east of this location. It was just a little tiny city. Mexican Village had a dance hall, pool hall, a grocery store, a church, and a school. Inside the Amtrak portion of the depot are large storyboards with pictures depicting the Mexican Village.
Now the Mexican Village you was talking about was over there. See where all those trains are and stuff. Because when I moved here, I was never here before, so I was expecting what you see in the TV show. I know it sounds silly, right?
Threatened to discontinue Dodge City as a divisional terminus and as a cattle shipping point unless the town leaders maintained law and order. It was not unusual for cowboys to shoot out locomotive headlights and fire at train crews. The railway company never did shift its operation from Dodge City because the town produced considerable revenue for the railroad business. However, they influenced the change in Dodge City from an unruly town to a civilized city. As we travel along Wyatt Boulevard, we would like to point out the 100th Meridian Marker Stone Post. The 100th Meridian was a dividing line for the Louisiana Purchase.
I did not know this, but this is where the Louisiana Purchase line is. There's some animals out there. Any idea what they are?
It's a white buffalo.
There are 70 large feedlots within 100 miles of Dodge City, often feeding as many as 1.3 million cattle. Approximately 4 million head of cattle a year spend time in our region's feedlots. The cattle arrive here from all over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The cattle enter the feedlots at between 600 to 700 pounds. They are fed from between 100 to 150 days until they reach a market weight of about 1,000 to 1,200 pounds before being processed. Cattle are completely utilized for our natural resources and land use by providing food and firewood and byproducts. Processors leave nothing to waste as all parts of the animal are utilized in some way. For example, hide processing companies buy cattle hides and make them into fine leather. The majority of cattle hides, 85%, end up as either footwear or automobile upholstery. Other products produced include cosmetics, fertilizers, photographic film, and pharmaceutical products. Southwest Kansas is considered a good location for cattle feedlots because of the area's low rainfall, low humidity, and the availability of a large amount of irrigated grain. The cattle and agriculture industries represent 60% of Dodge City's economic base. The remaining 40% is comprised of healthcare, education, tourism, and manufacturing. The land surrounding us is part of a vast portion of North America known as the Great Plains. In the early 1800s, U.S. government surveys referred to the plains as the Great American Desert, unfit for cultivation or habitation because of the scarcity of water and the few trees to build on. But history proved them wrong. This area has one of the richest wheat and cattle industries in the world. Indian nations first claimed the entire plain, loving to hunt buffalo for their livelihood. Following the European discovery of North America, a succession of European countries, Britain, France, and Spain, claimed this land at one time as they sent explorers throughout the vast frontier.
Well, so much history in such a short time. Getting on the trolley when we first got there. You know, that ride was really worth it, and I would advise anybody that gets to Dodge City to take the trolley ride first. That way you can get a layout of the way the land is. You know what? I'm still looking for that tomahawk steak.
And of course, we got to get on the trolley right when we got here. Now we got to go pay. I'm gonna let Melissa pay. She needs to be the one to pay. So you go pay.
If he comes back out before I get done, you can ask him where the steaks are. Hi there. I am fine. I need to pay for 2 of the trolley rides.
Okay, for 3?
No, 2.
For 3 p.m.?
No, we just got off of it.
Oh, okay. And adult?
Yeah, 2 adults.
Dodge City, a frontier legend. Now, what she's trying to tell me is you're saying
He
this
said
statue.
that this is as tall as James Arnaz really was. So
And
this
I'm-
is supposed to be a representative of his height because he was 6 foot 7 inches tall.
And I'm 5'8", you're
I'm 5'5".
5'5". It'd take me a lot to hit him, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He was a big guy.
Central Station Grill, Dodge City.
Well, we finally made it to that big star right downtown Dodge City on the Santa Fe Trail, and looking at the mural and the 100th meridian where east meets west, and also that great statue of one of the great sheriffs of Dodge City, Wyatt Earp. And I'm still looking for that tomahawk steak.
So Melissa decided that we would go eat, and she wanted to go eat at the best place where they have steaks and ribs. She wants some Kansas City ribs. So where do you think she brought me to? Of course, you know, Central Station Bar and Grill. I knew she'd do this.
I got a feeling they're not open. Jeez.
Surely they are.
Step by step, I've walked 100 miles, and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wandered so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I find my way and get off of this lonely road. Off of this lonely road, off of this lonely road, off of this
And thank y'all so much for watching her channel. And remember, if you haven't done yet, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. It would really mean so much to Melissa and I. Again, thank you for watching.
Get off of this lonely road.